good morning, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to the J Lounge. Of course, you guys know I am your hostess with the mostest, Miss J, aka Miss Simone Jackson, here to bring you guys another wonderful episode of the J Lounge. Of course, you guys know out there we are a celebrity-based podcast show where we talk with directors, actors, writers, you name it. They all come down here and they all have a great time. As per norm, as always, I'm always excited to be introducing my next guest of the show. He is CEO of the Various Artists Foundation. He also is part of the Various Artists Independent Film Festival. He is here to talk about his work and what that stuff means to him and all the independent filmmakers are hearing. He is definitely someone you guys want to listen to. Everyone, please give a super welcome to the amazing Omar Mclinton. Hi, Omar.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing great. I'm doing great. I am excited to be speaking with you today.
Thank you so much for having me on.
Of course, of course. So I'm gonna go ahead and get down to the first question at you, Omar. I want to know what began your passion for independent filmmaking.
Wow, what began my passion for independent films? I think the thing that really got me interested in independent films is these are filmmakers that didn't stop when they were told no.
Yeah.
So they go to a production company, they go somewhere and they ask for financing to complete their film or their vision, and they're told no. So then they say, well, forget it, I'll just do it myself. That mindset and that attitude right there is what really makes it hard to ignore an independent filmmaker. Because if they have their dream and vision and they don't want to stop, just because someone tells them no doesn't mean that the dream and vision goes away. So the independent filmmaker is someone that I highly look up to and respect and admire just because this is something that they want, something that they go for, and they don't take no for an answer. So you have to respect that.
Yes, because it's not an easy business that you just say you're going to be told no more times than yes. But you still have to keep going. You still have to keep pushing and still have to, make the films that you love despite being told no.
It's very important because you really have to understand that you could be told no. Maybe they are not in the best financial situation that you thought they were in. Maybe they have something else going on, or there's going to be a changing of the guard, and that person
Mm,
doesn't want to greenlight a project. They're not going to be around to see the end of or the release date for. Just because you're told no doesn't necessarily mean there was something wrong with you or your film. There are so many other reasons that filmmakers are told no. And the fact that you won't just accept that, become satisfied with another life or something like that, it's very easy to forget and to fall back into that woe is me. So yeah, you heard no, you didn't stop. Know that it's not always because of you. It could be 100 other different reasons they said no. You keep trying, you keep pushing, you keep moving forward. And it's the independent filmmakers that eventually turn into that studio tentpole, producer or director. You have to start somewhere.
exactly. Exactly. I like that. I honestly think independent filmmakers, not only are they the backbone of the industry, but they once they really hit their stride, they make such incredible visionaries when they can really get the budget, everything in their hands. It's just yeah.
The funny thing about that is that most independent filmmakers that become the go-to, the short list of different production companies and distribution companies to be that go-to person that they go to when they have other films, most of the time they reach that plateau. And then after a few years, after a few projects, they wish they could go back to the independent film market. They wish they could go back to where they started because they'll find out that it's somewhat easier, but much more rewarding than thinking that being on that short list is the place to be. Sometimes it's not.
Exactly. Exactly. And I'm glad that people's love for independent filming has definitely grown over the years, especially mine. Living here in Seattle, Washington, we have a great independent filmmaking scene. So I'm glad that there's a boom here because I like, don't get me wrong, I love the budget films, the big action films, but there is nothing better than watching a quiet, beautiful independent film just to really connect. I love it.
Just because it's more money was spent on it doesn't mean it's a better film.
Exactly. Exactly. Take no Hollywood. Anyways, going on to the number two question. Omar, I want to know, name three people who influenced your career and why.
That's a twofold answer. And I'll say most of the influencers that started my love for film were actors.
Mm.
Sidney Poitier, the Bruce
Ooh.
Lees, the Fred Williamsons. Those are the guys that kind of started my influence in what movies could be and how movies could make you feel, you know? But then after that, you get a little older and then you get into the industry and you find out that there's so much more than just what you thought was magic, the
Yes.
things that just happen on screen and oh, the way it made you feel. No, somebody had to really work hard to spark that interest, spark that desire in you, that reaction in you. So then, really, the only honest answer is to say that the influences in my career are the people that wanted to talk. Any and everybody that wanted to talk, I wanted to listen. I've tried to learn as many people as possible. Now, I learned this lesson later in life than what I would have wanted. I wish I'd learned this lesson much earlier in my career. But since then, I've learned that if somebody wants to talk, you can either learn something from them to do, something not to do, or who to be around or who not to be around. But there's so much you can learn from people that can influence you and your career and the decisions that you make based on your maturity level, their maturity level, opinions and outlooks, that there's so much to learn. It's really important. And I've learned to be influenced by as many people as possible. Sometimes I can see someone and say, I need to be around you. I need to learn from you. I need to listen to you.
Yes.
And then there are other people I could say, I don't want to be like you. I've learned exactly the type of person I don't want to be, and I don't want to treat people the way you treat me. So there's a lot to learn, and people can influence you in good and bad ways. You have to just pay attention to the people in the world around you, and especially in the industry that you want to be in. There are a
Hmm.
lot of people that may not want to always give you a handout or a hand up, but everybody in the industry wants to talk.
Mm. Ain't that the truth? Ain't that the truth? And I do like your influence here. Cindy Portier, pretty much just down the groundwork. Guess who's coming to dinner? Edge of the City. I mean, how could you not, fall for his work? His independent work was just incredible. And yeah, I like what you said. There are people, especially in the industry, podcasting, industry that I'm in. There are people who I want to learn from, and there's just some people who I go, you know what? I just don't want my podcast to represent what your podcast is representing. So it's okay to say that. It really is. Some people go, you can't say you don't like something. Well, yes, I can. If I don't like something or someone, yes, I can. So I like that you can say that, and I like that you have great influence in your independent filmmaking. So I appreciate that. Absolutely. Going on to the next number three. Can you tell the J Lounge audience about the Various Artists Independent Film Festival?
The Various Artists Independent Film Festival, it's we just started our 7th year.
Yes,
I,
congrats.
thank you so much. I want to take a break from the industry about 8 9 years ago. Moved back to Chicago from California, and I said, look, I really want to enter a film festival. I got all the top talent that Chicago could offer. I got a lot of wonderful, incredible, hardworking people. We did a project, entered a festival, and I wasn't accepted. I said, okay, that's fine.
Mhm.
I'm used to that. Then I said, I'm just curious as to find out why. And I called and I said, well, can you tell me why I wasn't accepted? Something I need to work on.
Gotcha.
What can I improve? And then the lady kind of really shrugged me off and seemed very annoyed. After a long pause of silence, she says, well, it had no production value. I said, oh, okay. Now,
Okay.
granted, she had no idea that I'd hired people, union people that are working on union projects in Chicago. We spent a lot of time, effort, energy, money, gear. The people were qualified, oh well overqualified, incredibly, hardworking people. And for her to say that it was had a low production value, said, wow, I wonder if you even watched it. And then I said, okay, thank you very much. A
Mhm.
few months passed. And then I find out from another filmmaker, because Chicago is a very close knit group of artists. I
Mhm.
found out from another filmmaker that he'd also entered that film festival and was accepted and had already gotten his time slot, but he was still filming it. I said, well, wait a minute.
Mm. Hold
You
on.
got accepted in the festival. You already have a time slot. They haven't seen one frame of film, one digital file of footage, and you've been accepted. And I said, okay, this is not right. How many other people do they do this to? And they just take their submission fees and take the money,
Yeah.
never watch the project, tell them that they're not submitted, but then someone else can just jump right in. and get that spot. So I took everything that I didn't like about the film festival market and the film festival circuit, and I tried to provide a festival that was the exact opposite of that, that would actually be a festival for young and up and coming artists and for seasoned content creators.
Yeah.
So I made various artists. I put more control in the artist's hands, meaning I have a fall, winter, spring, and summer submission window. You submit
Oh,
your short film in one of our categories. 14 now, just announced 14 different categories: action, drama, faith-based, Black voices, women strong, different horror, thriller, a bunch of different categories. You submit your short film, and then I want to teach the filmmaker to not put control of their career in someone else's hands. So what I first do, I take the film, I will create a 60-second teaser, poster, or one sheet. If they don't have it, as many promotional materials as I can. I give it back to them. I say, I'm going to post this teaser of your project on my website. You are responsible for promoting it. The biggest supporter of your career that you could be, you go out there and get people to go to the site and vote yes or no for your film. In the industry, it's called a view and vote, a very standard industry procedure that happens with the Academy Awards, with the Grammys, any sort of larger awards presentation have this view and vote. So I have this view and vote. The winners with the most positive votes for that category,
hmm.
then they become my nominees number 1, 2, 3, and 4. So in fall, winter, spring, and summer, the winners with the most positive votes are nominees 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then I follow the more traditional route of having a judging panel. But here's the thing. I actually have a judging panel of real celebrity and or industry professionals. They watch the 4 short films, and then we record them saying, hey, I'm so-and-so. It's really me. I watched it. I'm recording myself saying
Oh
it.
my
And
goodness.
you can go there and see them say, and the winner is blank.
Oh
This is
my
something
gosh.
that can encourage you. You can have it and post it on your website. Hey, this person saw my film. They liked it. They know my name. They do that. Everyone's available to win a production grant, which is a short film production grant that we give to independent filmmakers. You don't have to have won. You just have to submit your film. Then if we see you have talent, we can give you a short film production grant. You'll get 1 year mentorship, the money to produce your next short film, and we premiere that film the following year at the next various artists live event.
Wow.
You get all this information. You get video proof that someone saw your film, they liked it. They're encouraging you. Hey, keep up the good work. Don't stop. All these incentives. And that's really for anybody. But various artists also has just another leg completely, where if you just don't want to do the festival competition, you can still submit your film just because you want it shown in a festival, whether in person or whether virtually. So you can just submit without the competition aspect or with the competition aspect. You'll
Wow.
get noticed, you'll get a crystal award, you'll get prizes and gifts, help you build an audience. That's what we're here to do. And that's what I think is one of the most glaring differences about the various artists independent film festival experience between us and other people, is that we are really focused on making sure that the filmmaker or content creator is put first, and they are better because they submitted with us.
I love all of that. You are not serving appetizers. You are serving the whole meal plus dessert. That's what I'm talking about. That is what I am talking about. I mean, sometimes when you hear about these independent films, they just serve the appetizer. Well, if you submit, maybe, or however like that. But you are full on backing up the content creator and their work, and I just love that. And I know any independent filmmaker listening in is just like their ears just perked up, their excitement just went up the roof, because that is amazing.
It's so important to me to make sure, because as an artist, you have to know you're supported. You have to know that people even want to see your project. It
Hmm.
takes so much time, effort, energy, and money to get things done. We really have to support each other to really become this various artist community of artists, so that we can actually do the things that we want to do, that we were meant to do, without having to give somebody else control over it.
Exactly.
There's so many people that have these incredible voices and stories, and they need a place to show them. They need a place to get a chance and have a real opportunity, not for someone to just take your money and then say you're not accepted. No, I teach you from day one. If you go the festival competition route, I teach you from day one. Here's your film, here's your content. You promote it. Don't wait for somebody else to say how great you are. You tell me how great you are. You push it, you promote it, you do the legwork. And then after you've done that and you win the nomination, then I'll take over and go the more traditional route on your behalf. But I first teach you that you have to be in control. No one's just going to hand you millions of dollars or hundreds of thousands of dollars. You have to show that you're worth it. You have to show you're going to put in the work. And I teach people, this is the industry, put in the work, and then we can help you to get to the finish line.
That is awesome. I love all of that, and I hope anybody listening in really gets excited because, like I said, that is the full course meal and dessert. That is amazing for any independent filmmaker. That is the whole smorgasbord right there. That's like covering all bases. What more could you want? So, hope you guys listen in, support it, get your work out there because, as Omar just said, there's so many incredible work and voices out there that need to be heard that don't have that platform. What I also love is that you said seventh, which means putting in the work for its seventh annual. I love it, which means it continues to build and grow, becoming not only a staple but a must to and a must go to for independent filmmakers to show their work.
It's a lot of hard work, but it is promising to see,
Mm-hmm.
content creators from a year or 2 years ago, they were nowhere near this. They submitted. We have some of the lowest entry fees around. These prizes, yes, they get an award, but they get the opportunity and they get the mentorship and they come out as better filmmakers because of it. That makes me feel good because that means that I've now helped you get closer to your goal. And I would hope that people feel like any time or money or effort or energy spent toward various artists is worth it, that they get much, much more than they expected, because
Mm-hmm.
that's what giving back to people is all about. And that's what I really want to do.
Mm. Can I get an amen on that? Yes, I can. Amen. I love it. I love it. Preach. I love it. I'm feeling inspired. I don't know about anybody else, but I'm feeling inspired and determined. So thank you, Omar.
I forgot to mention this year at Various Artists Independent Film Festival, we just started another program where we take one person who submitted their project and we actually offer them a paid internship.
Oh
So
my goodness.
not only am I saying I don't want to just take your money and tell you no, I want to give I want to give people an opportunity to make money, put something on their resume. So this is the first year we've done this. Aside from the production grant, we have selected one person who submitted their film, and they actually have a paid internship to work on a project being produced by Carl Jones. Carl Jones is one of the creative minds behind the Boondocks, and he is the creator of
Oh,
Black Dynamite and so many other projects. They'll be working with him on an upcoming project in 2023.
that is huge. That is amazing. All right, going on to the next question. Omar, I want to make sure my audience is able to follow you, your work. Where are you on social media?
So on social media, people can follow us on Instagram. We have official underscore VAIFF. We also have all things various artists on Instagram. We're on TikTok with all things various artists. We also still have a platform on Facebook, just VAIFF.
Love it. Of course, I highly encourage my audience. Make sure you follow Omar and, of course, various artists, Independent Film Festival, and everything that they have to offer. Make sure you guys follow them on all social media. Going on to the next question. What future projects are you working on that you can give a little dish about to the J Lounge audience?
We have a streaming app in development. And really, that's to make sure that people can go to some other place other than YouTube and they're paid immediately. So, for example, you submit a film to various artists, whether it wins or loses, it shows you put in the work. We contact you and say, hey, look, we want to feature your project on our streaming app. This is an app for iOS and Android devices. You will be able to be involved in profit sharing, and that's profit sharing after 30 days. So you may get a payment for 5 cents, or you may get a payment for $500, $5,000, all depending on the ad revenue that we all share as a community. So the project with the most views gets a larger piece of the pie. A project that maybe had fewer views will get a smaller piece, but the bottom line, everybody gets a piece.
Mm-hmm.
We pay people as soon as possible, and we're developing this app now. We hope to have it released near the end of the year, at least for beta testing, and then full-fledged release next spring. I'm also looking for podcasts. I'm looking for different people that have a podcast because I really want to take produce podcasts and give them a platform as well to help them increase their listenership and increase number of people that find out about them, because I do believe that podcast artists are artists as well. It takes
Mm-hmm.
a lot of work to produce a podcast,
Oof.
and I think and I think that they also need to have opportunities as well. So I'm looking for different podcasts that I can share, increase their listenership. I'm looking for paid interns and interns in college, just looking for credit that can help us build the company as we continue to grow. Seventh year, eighth, ninth, 10th, of course, is what we're always trying to do.
Oh
Yeah.
my goodness. Again, like I said, offering up the whole smorgasbord. Various artists independent film festival is offering up the whole shebang. I highly encourage you guys, make sure you check it out. It's an amazing opportunity. So make sure you guys check it out. Going on to the next question. What goals do you hope to accomplish in your career that you haven't yet?
I know people that have heard me before are really tired of hearing this, but really, I do believe my resume will not be on my tombstone. No one cares about the work that I've done. They only care about the legacy that I'll leave. So being able to help as many people as possible that can, realize their dream or have a chance at their dream and do what they want to do for a living is really important to me. There is nothing worse than, that alarm clock rings, you work the overnight shift or you work the day shift. The alarm clock rings and now you've got to go to a job that you just really don't like. It's draining. It's depressing. You work with people that are also not happy, and then you have to go there because you're responsible. You got to bring home money. You got to pay bills. I want to be able to give people an opportunity where they can go to a job they want to do for a living, make the money that they need to make to have a really good life, but also find that balance to also have an equally satisfying home life. Because to be in the industry, I think a lot of people don't understand how many hours and how many sleepless nights, late nights, early mornings you have to spend in order to be successful. I really want to be able to show people, yes, you can do what you want to do for a living, but you also have to make time for family, make time for
Mhm.
your family, your loved ones. Keep that balance because, again, your resume won't be on your tombstone either. So you got to make sure that you find the balance and that your quality of life is happy. I'm not interested in making people rich. I'm not interested in putting people in a better position to win an award. Awards are great, but your life should not be based on an award. Your life should be based on how happy you are and how happy you make others. And that's what I'm trying to do with my career. So if I can accomplish that and make as many people reach that goal as possible, then I think I would be successful.
I love that. I love that. And I love the honesty. Awards are great. I'm not here to make you money. I'm here to make you happy. I'm here to help you create a life that you could be, that's meaningful. As you just said, our resumes are not going to be written in our graves. So that is so true. That is so true. Gotta go a couple more minutes here. Let's got a couple more questions for you. Going on to the next question. Um, any advice for future independent filmmakers listening in right now?
There's so much advice. I would say you get better every time you do something. So keep doing it. If you're a writer, keep writing. If you're a filmmaker, keep filming. Don't surround yourself with people that tell you what you want to hear. Find good, honest people that tell you if your work sucks or if it is great, then you can always continue to be better. So when opportunity does come, you'll be ready for it. So don't surround yourself with yes men. You don't need that. Don't talk, listen more. Very important, very key to success. Remove yourself from negative people in your life. Life's too short. They kill the creative process. Get negative people away from you or the people that feed off of you, leech off of you. You don't need that. You got to fight for your dream and don't give up. No one's going to fight for your dream harder than you will for your dream. You have to remember that. So you got to fight for it and find others that share your passion and fight for each other's dreams. They're
Hmm.
going to need some support as well, like you're going to need support. Help support each other in this, community of artists. So when one person succeeds, then everybody can succeed. That's
Yeah.
the advice that I would give people.
I love that, and it's true. It's true. I'm all about teamwork makes the dream work. We all can win. One wins, we all can win.
That's right.
So, and it's so important to have persistence and at the end of the day know what your goals is. As you said before, awards are nice, the money is nice, but if you don't have purpose, if you're not happy, then there's
Then
yeah,
what's the point?
then what's the point? Pretty much as you said, then what's the point? You broke it down all with the honesty, and I love it. I loved it. Omar, you have been an absolute pleasure to be able to speak with. I love the work that you're putting in. I love what you're doing. I love what various artists Independent Film Festival is doing. I'm excited to see where you guys continue to go. And I hope any independent filmmaker is watching here will snatch up, you guys the link and check you guys out as soon as possible. I will to make sure to have the link on the website so you guys are listening in can check it out. But you have just been amazing. I feel so inspired at this moment.
Well, that's terrific. I'm very happy you're inspired. I hope other people are inspired as well. Even if they want to reach out to me directly, they can do it at programming at variousartists.tv. The link that you provide, people can check out the festival, find out more information about us. But I really want to help as many people as possible. And I really want to be that type of person.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, and like I said, I'm excited to see the more of the work you guys do. Again, I appreciate you giving me your time. I'm so excited I was able to listen about your work and what you do. It's just amazing. And like I said, what you're offering to independent filmmakers, to their voice, to their work is so inspiring and it's needed. And thank you for that.
Thank you very much for having me on. I really appreciate this time.
Absolutely. Of course, you guys, I want to encourage my audience one more time. Make sure you check out Omar Mclinton and check out various artists Independent Film Festival and their work. Make sure you check them out on social media as well. As he said, TikTok. Just make sure you guys just follow him and just reach out to Omar himself. He's got great advice, as you just heard, and he's got great wisdom, and his platform is offering up a lot. So make sure you guys reach out and do so. I want to thank everyone for listening in. Of course, you guys know I'm your hostess with the mostest, Miss J, aka Miss Simone Jackson. I will be back with another great episode of the J Lounge here soon. Till then, thank you, Omar. Thank you, everyone. Have a beautiful day, and I'll be back soon. Bye.